dairying is all very well. I happen to hate it, but I don't mind it being, if it has to be anywhere, in a place where nature provides for its sustainability. But to imagine that dairying should be an activity in a place which is evidently, and for thousands of years, inappropriate for dairying, not enough rainfall, inadequate soils, a climate which won't allow the food to be grown to sustain the animals, this is plain nonsense.
Do you want the Mackenzie country to be green or brown?
Definitely brown. Most of the tourists that come to New Zealand come here not to see green pastures and things that they can see around Taranaki. They come here to this area to see Aoraki up the top there, and this wonderful vast brown arid landscape which you can't see anywhere else in the country now. Every other highway in the country is green.
That what they're doing is developing the place. They're not, they're destroying it. They're altering it in ways that are irrevocable. And they're trying to farm it in ways that are unsustainable. Most farmers privately will tell you that the kinds of practices being engaged in there can't, they're totally unsustainable in the long run. Now, it's all done in order to produce more food of a kind that most of the people who need food in the world can't afford to buy anyway.
Percentage of our renewable electricity is generated from this basin. So any water that comes out of this basin and goes onto the land instead of down through 8 hydro turbines is lost to generation, and we could lose perhaps 40 megawatts.
We've got such a valuable asset, I think we need to think twice about changing it into something that you could find anywhere else in the world.
An enormous amount of effluent has to go somewhere, and a lot of it finds its way down through the ground, into the groundwater, into streams, and from there into the lakes. And that's one of the big fears, is that the lakes are going to become green with algae. At the moment they're very, very low nutrients, very clear, very clean.
I think it's so important to the welfare and well-being of a whole number of New Zealanders, a large number of New Zealanders, on a spiritual level, actually. I think it has a sort of metaphorical or spiritual power, that sense of space and that magnificence with the breadth and extent of that basin and the ranges behind, the Southern Alps behind, like a wonderful set of saw teeth expanding across the horizon.